you're giving us here a notion of ecclesial discernment, which is just it's kind of mind-blowing, I think, from a Western perspective, where we might say we do pastoral planning. I mean, it did make me laugh when you said, every parish does strategic planning. We do not do that. Like in the UK, we are terrible. Our parishes just run on year after year.
In
Oh,
the
here
same
we are in
program.
September. We start the First Communion program. We get to Advent. What are we doing for Christmas? We haven't, many parishes haven't been strategic. So even to move from strategic planning to synodal strategic planning, we're not even doing the first bit. So that's fascinating by itself. But also, it's not small, and it's not like the things that you are talking about are so transformative, or they've got the potential to be so transformative. I can see why the church is producing, Philippines is producing cardinals like Cardinal Tagle and Cardinal David. If this is this kind of ambitious, inspirational kind of notion of church, which is a big church, not a small church.
One thing that became clear for me, also in the first first chapters or verses of chapter 3, you see there the first topic. There's the introduction, and then the first topic is ecclesial discernment for mission. It became very clear to me that discernment is for mission. It's not about, there's this whole talk about parish councils, whether they're consultative only. And then there's this whole discussion about decision making and decision taking. As we go through the synodal process, especially with communal discernment, I realized the the discernment is really for mission, and decision making and decision taking is not a power structure. It is a mission structure, no? And even like the call for transparency, evaluation, accountability, it's it's not a question of power. At first, I thought, when going around in the Philippines, when we're having clergy discernment sessions, uh, somebody said, when we talk about transparency and accountability, we're always thinking of money, for one. Secondly, then the abuses came, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, etc., spiritual abuse. And I said, but we need to be accountable with the way we use power, with the way we exercise ministry of leadership.